It's an opening statement, as they like to say.
Well, obviously, I'm really proud of our kids, the way they, like I mentioned, gutted it out on the defensive end. I thought the game came down to getting defensive stops and rebounds, and we were able to do it the last 5 minutes of the game. And that's something we've always talked about. We built this program on defense and rebounding, and I thought that was the difference in the game. The last 5 minutes, getting defensive stops. And we went to our half-court man, and we just got stops. And, you know, we went out of our presses and just went to our half-court man and stayed between them and the basket. And, you know, gave them one shot at the basket. So I felt like that was just the difference in the game at the end, the last 5 minutes. But give Wake a lot of credit. I thought that they did a lot of things that was disruptive to us and did a lot of things that we had to alter our game plan. So, you know, but I thought that Ty came up big a couple times, made some big baskets, and getting a double-double. You know, she really controlled the boards. You know, I got on her early in the game and told her she had to get on the boards, and she ended up with 12, game-high 12 rebounds. So, you know, I think that says a lot about her when you can rebound like that from the two-guard position. You know, that just says a lot about her game.
MaChelle, did you feel that, I mean, your defense, obviously, in the first half, you turned them over really good and things. In the second half, you played zone. What caused you to kind of get away? Were you in foul trouble, or anything that particularly went to that?
No, just watching them on tape, you know, the scouting, they struggle to score against the zone. And so we went to some zone when they had their shooters out of the game. And then we went back to the man when they brought their shooters back into the game. So that was our reason. And also to give them a different look up front. You know, we have a 2-2-1 press, and we have a diamond in one press. So we were just showing them some different looks in our presses. You know, just to keep them off balance, because they like to come down and run a lot of set plays. And so we were just trying to keep them guessing whether we were in man or zone.
Ty, you finished with 20 points tonight, 10th time in your career you've been in 20. Can you just talk a little bit about, you know, what you were able to do well, and, you know, was it just shots falling for you, or how were you able to score so much?
I think I just got back to playing my game, you know, not overthinking shots and getting slices off Sasha, creating for my teammates and my open looks. I wasn't trying to do too much, just, you know, playing the game as it came to me, got fast break layups, slices to the basket, and, you know, offensive rebounds and putbacks. So, and free throws tonight. So.
And the free throws were certainly important tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we missed a lot of free throws, but I think we've gotten better. But I think we just need to step in there. You know, I missed 3 free throws. You know, a lot of people miss free throws, but we, you know, I think we got better at free throw line.
Can you talk a little bit about how the team responded after Wake cut it and tied it at 57 down the stretch?
In our mind, it's the beginning of the game, scored back 0-0 when it got tied up. So we just knew we had to go on a run like we did in the beginning of the game, and our defense really stepped up. We got some key stops and rebounds, and we tried to push the ball in transition to score.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I know you seem like you're running an infomercial. I don't want to interrupt you. Yeah, MaChelle, where did you feel you're better than last year, and where do you still feel you need to improve?
Well, I think when we've seen our team when we hit on all cylinders at Maryland, and we know we can be very special when we're hitting on all cylinders. I think we've got to have 3 scorers consistently. And, you know, Sasha and Ty have pretty much been very consistent for us. You know, Mimi has struggled the last couple of games, but before that she's been fairly consistent. So when we get those 3 scoring, and then Dawn May doing what Dawn May does, which tonight, you know, she got her 6 assists and 2 turnovers. She makes things happen on the floor, but when she can get all the way to the rim and create some easy shots for us, you know, that's when we're pretty special. And then we need more off the bench. And I felt like Nisha Adams, you know, since she had the 2 nose injuries and missed the last game with the nose injury, I felt like she's been a little tentative. And we miss her on the boards. I mean, at Maryland she had 11 rebounds, and tonight, you know, she only had 3 rebounds, didn't play against Miami. So, you know, we got to get her back playing the kind of game that she's capable of playing, getting her back in the mix. But I think we're better than last year in the fact that we're quicker, we have more balance. I think that our inside game is better. Chelsea Regions and Nisha Adams and Sasha Goulett and Danny Hamilton-Carter, we've got some depth there, and TJ Gortner. I feel like that we've got some depth, and we got some different weapons we didn't have a year ago. But I also feel like we're better on the perimeter. I think Ty has matured as a player, and when Ty does what Ty does, that makes us a pretty special team. And, you know, like I said, when we start clicking on all cylinders, you know, we can be a threat. We can be a very dangerous team.
You feel you're better offensively than last
we're
year.
definitely faster, push the ball more. I think we play a lot more fluid on the offensive end than we did a year ago.
I know last year Dawn May was kind of like just kind of there, and now what kind of explain, you know, where she's grown, if you could, a little bit.
Well, she's just learned to understand the system, and what I mean by that is she understands offensively and defensively what her role is. And, you know, one of the things Dawn's really good at when she wants to be is she's got really quick hands, and in our presses and our traps she can get some steals and some deflections. And she also, you know, she's really good at pushing the ball in transition. And, You know, she gives us somebody that can break people defenses down, and she gets shots for Sasha with Sasha facing the basket. You know, for the first 3 years Sasha played here, every shot she had to get with her back to the basket.
So now, in other words, this is the first time I've seen this. So Walther basically was your point guard last year. She's now more of the wing and then what backs up the point. Is that kind of how you're going?
No, she's a point guard, but sometimes when we're getting pressed, we try to take some of the pressure off of her and put Dawn back there and let her, because she's our 3-point shooter, try to get her behind the defense.
Dawn normally plays the one. I mean, is she
No,
the start?
she's two.
Well,
She's
Dawn
two.
is actually playing the two primarily.
Mimi's the one.
Mimi's the one. Okay.
Coach, you mentioned Chelsea. You know, she doesn't really show up on the stat sheet, but I thought when she was on the court, I thought you guys, well, you're a little bit different team when she's on the court. Can you talk about her?
Well, the thing about Chelsea is she does all the things nobody wants to do. She dives on the floor for loose balls. She goes and gets rebounds. You know, she's our toughness. She's a great defensive player. She can do a lot of different things because she can switch onto a guard. She can guard all 5 positions, inside and outside. So she gives us a lot of versatility when she's in the game.
MaChelle, combined 39 points out of Ty and Sasha tonight. They've really been hitting, playing well together and hitting on all cylinders past few games. Can you just talk about how important that is to the team's success?
Well, I think any team in the ACC will tell you right now, your key players have to show up in these games, and they have to make plays. And if your key players don't show up, it's hard to win. And like I said, we had 2 of the 3 show up, and not that Mimi didn't show up, but she didn't get her points the way she normally does. I mean, she's 2 for 7 from the 3-point line. Usually she's 3 for 6, right in there. So, also you got to have people like Nisha Adams and Chelsea Regions. One of those guys have to come to play that night. Any game in this league, you got to have 3 or 4 scorers in double figures to have a chance to win. I mean, all of these teams in this league are better. I mean, you saw that tonight with Clemson beating North Carolina.
Wow.
I mean,
You
got a team that's 0-3 in the league beating a team that's 2-1 and ranked in the top 25. So this league, anything can happen on any night. That's why it's so important to show up.
Did Miami was beaten?
Miami beat Maryland.
Okay.
How important, if both of you could maybe talk about this a little bit, important was it to get back to level play in conference after a couple of tough losses and going on the road to BC on Sunday?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, we played in my opinion, 2 of the top teams in our league. We played one on the road, and then we had to turn around within 48 hours and play the other one. That's tough on anybody. So I felt like those 2 games have made us better. I do think anytime you're coming off back consecutive losses, you worry about confidence, you worry about, how you're going to handle yourself when a team like Wake makes a run at you. But I really felt like our kids, bowed up there at the end, the last 5 minutes, and decided not to be denied. And so that tells me that we're moving in the right direction. And, we're looking forward to continuing to getting better. And that's what these experiences do. They make you better. They get you ready for life on the road. And, we turn around and we play again on Sunday at Boston College.
Ty, can you talk a little bit about what it does for your confidence having a good win like this tonight before you head on the road?
I mean, it's always great to have a good win in the ACC. It's like the toughest conference in the country. So, I mean, we have a lot of confidence. Sasha, Mimi, everybody, the team has a lot of confidence, and we get each other going. So, going into the game on Sunday, I think it's going to really get our confidence up in the rest of the ACC.